Research from a leading debt charity has revealed that Londoners are more likely to be in debt than anyone else in the UK. Burdened by low wages and high living costs, Londoners owe an average of over £12,000. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Max Caraher are in Colindale, North London, with a writ to collect over £1,800 owed in unpaid parking fines.
Right, Paul, we are looking to collect £1,837.69.
The case began when the debtor moved into her flat 12 months ago and failed to obtain a permit to park outside the block.
They'll be all allocated spaces, won't they?
The debtor began receiving multiple parking tickets, but didn't pay them. So the parking company escalated the case to the High Court, and now she must pay in full today.
Hello?
Hello, Fatty.
Hi, who is this?
High Court enforcement agents here.
Do you want to come up?
Thank you. Hello, miss. Sorry to bother you. Here to see Fatty. Is that yourself? Hello, miss. Right. My name's Max Caraher. My colleague Paul Bohill. We've been sent round. Would you like us to discuss it so your neighbours can't hear anything?
You know what? It's just I have to be at work at 11 o'clock, that's why.
The reason we've been sent round is because we've got a High Court writ for you.
Okay.
It's in regards to your vehicle's parking.
I did actually try to phone them today.
There's an outstanding balance of £1,837.69. You do know about this?
I've got the letter, as I said to you today. I was speaking to them, but there was no answer. Is there any other way you can come back to me and then we can discuss and talk about it? Because I'm just going to ask you at work.
This matter's been going on. The date of the CCJ on this was the 17th of the 11th, 2016.
I've got a disability child, but he can walk. So as long as he can walk, you're not entitled to a disability. But sorry.
Okay.
I've been going through this for so long.
Take it. I'll tell you what, miss. You sit down, take a deep breath, and we'll speak.
It appears that Fatia had been waiting for a special parking permit, but her application was turned down.
He said, I don't get you live here, and they're asking you not to park outside your house.
Despite Fatia's dispute with the parking company, the agents are duty-bound to collect the £1,800 they came for.
Can you pay anything of this, please?
What do you need? Can I give you £50 at the moment? And
No,
then you can
not
come back?
No. We need to collect on the 1,830.
Can I just speak to one of my family members if they can help me out?
That's no problem at all. Absolutely no problem. Take a deep breath. It's all right. Who are you going to phone, madam?
I'm trying to find out a friend.
Yeah.
My brother's at work.
Is
I'm
he?
trying to ask somebody to help me. Exactly how much can I pay today? Because
We need to collect the full balance, which is £1,837.
Well, just give me a minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Listen, enforcement, I need your help.
When I see that a defendant is becoming emotional and they have been very genuine with me, I don't like seeing it. There are occasions where I do feel sorry for people. This could be the worst day for them, and if I can remain as professional as possible, then that's a job well done.
30 minutes later, Fatia's brother arrives.
Hello, sir. Hello. My name's Max, my colleague Paul.
I've already said I'm going to make the payment, but they want their money right now.
The reason we're here is because we've got a High Court writ for your sister.
It all seems to be going smoothly, but then a friend arrives.
Hello.
And he wants answers.
Hello, sir. We've got a High Court writ.
I don't care. You need to step out.
We're not going to be stepping outside.
Yeah, you haven't been invited in.
We don't have to be hired in.
No,
I've got a High Court writ.
I don't care what you've got.
Okay, sir, don't shout. I've got a High Court writ.
No, I am, because you're intimidating.
Look, I'm not intimidating.
Get out.
Everything's not going to get out.
Listen. Sorry, I didn't actually call him. So
Okay, we'll get the police and we'll do the removal. Have a word.
He hasn't been invited in. You need to get out of this house.
We
You
won't
have
be
a
leaving.
warrant to be in here.
I have a high court writ to be in here.
You have a writ. Is
Yes.
that a warrant to be in this
It's a
premises?
writ, yeah. So what we're going to do,
Hang on,
okay?
hang
No,
on.
is that a warrant? I don't
Hang
care.
on.
I'm talking. Who am I talking to? Who's dealing with me? Is it
Speak
you
to
or
both
is
of
it
us.
him?
Speak to both of
No,
us.
no, no. I can deal with one of you.
Okay.
There's only one of you.
Okay.
You have the right to take anything from
I've
this thing.
explained.
okay.
It doesn't
She's
say a
crying.
date on it. It doesn't
How
say
does
a
it
date
feel?
on
How
it.
does it make you
I
feel? You
didn't-
feel big.
Right, I did nothing to make her cry.
This simple case has taken an ugly turn.
I've treated her with nothing but respect.
No, but you're
Yeah.
in her house without
Absolutely.
permission.
With permission.
With the man in direct conflict with Max, it will take all the agent's skills to stop his hostility spiraling out of control. Paul Bohill and Max Caraher were in Colindale, North London, to recover a debt of over £1,800 owed in unpaid parking tickets.
Is there any other way you can come back to me and then we can discuss and talk about it?
Fatia claimed she couldn't get a special permit to park outside her block.
I've got a disability child, but he can walk. So as long as he can walk, you're not entitled to a disability backstory.
Okay.
I've been going through this
So
for so long.
take a deep breath.
And could only afford to repay a fraction of what she owed.
Can I give you £50 at the moment? And then you can come back.
We need to collect on the 1,800.
Can I just speak to one of my family members
Yeah,
if they
sure.
can help me out?
But when a friend arrived, things turned nasty.
Doesn't
She's
say a date
crying.
on it. It doesn't
How does
say a
it feel?
date
How
on
does it make you
I
feel?
think
You
it's a-
feel big.
Now, the agents need to make their authority clear and get this case resolved for good.
If you're instructing an enforcement agent, then the police have to come.
They let them come.
Max calls the police.
Hello, we're enforcement agents enforcing a high court writ and we're being obstructed. Could we have some units of 10,
It
please?
doesn't have anything on it.
With an enforcement action, we experience a complete range of emotions. All of these things are just grist to the mill. It's all standard reactions. So we just stay there, stand and listen to it until they run out of breath, till it fades away, and then we'll just return to the original conversation.
The police are on their way, and with Fatia's sister now here to keep the peace, Paul tries to get the case back on track.
Listen, can I intervene? His attitude is going to do nothing to help this situation. What we need is payment of this, and we need to discuss how that's going to be paid.
Yeah. Listen, he's just upset, but please,
Okay.
can we sort this out?
You need to give us the figure that you can pay. We will then contact the office.
That's why
Put it to the client.
we're going to pay you whatever we can. We can't afford to
Okay.
pay 1,800.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, if you
That's
listen
what
to me
I'm
for a
trying to
second, we have to take the full balance.
I can pay £500 today.
Okay, we need a bit more than that.
But that's all I have. I just told you. I swear to you, if I had that kind of money today, the day I got the letter, I would have paid it. I hate problems.
Yeah.
Paul has to make it clear that Fatia's £500 offer won't be accepted by the claimant.
Together. If we were to say they'll accept £1,000, are you able to make that happen?
And then the rest.
And the rest could be paid £100 a month.
But I don't have anything else. Nobody
Okay.
can just afford to give you money. They've been giving us a ticket like a week, twice maybe, or 3 times.
So there are more tickets in the pipeline then?
Yeah, but how am I supposed to pay that when I'm trying to feed my kids and pay the bill? I don't know what to do.
It seems Fatia can't get close to the £1,000 Paul has asked for. Finally, the police arrive.
I told him I've got to work.
Sure.
And they didn't listen. I told him to come back later. I didn't do anything.
But no, we're not saying you have, but at the end of the day, they're here to do a job, just let them do it.
With the police present, Fatia's brother takes Max aside.
You're right, you're 7. I'll make a call for you.
The offer is less than the £1,000 Paul asked for, but it seems it's the best the family can do. Max calls the office.
We need kind of a quick decision on that. Right, the bloke's offered 700. Okay.
Yeah, the client is happy to accept that payment offer.
Brilliant. Just confirm that's 700 and then 100 a month.
£100 a month, yes.
Madam, I know how this has been an uphill battle and very stressful. It has been accepted for the 700. Just put the check the amount. Put your pin in for me, please.
Fatia's brother makes a £700 down payment. And she agrees to pay £100 a month to clear the balance.
We won't delay you any further. We can leave now. Thank you very much. Take care.
The case is resolved for now,
Thank you for your time.
but it'll be another year until Fatia is free of this debt.
That aggravation there went from 0 to 10 in a matter of seconds. Nothing was going to stop him talking.
Yeah, I fully agree with you.
A recent survey has revealed that self-employed workers in the UK are increasingly struggling with late invoice payments. On average, they're owed nearly £5,500, and more than a third have either asked family for help or sought a payday loan to cover the shortfall. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Accrington, Lancashire. They're hoping to recover a debt of over £2,200 owed to a shipping company by scrapyard owner Mr. Mumtaz Khan.
What do you know?
I do know he's not playing ball with us.
Right.
This is not the first time the agents have tried to enforce this writ. Last time they were here, the yard was locked up, and Mr. Khan was nowhere to be seen.
We've got a locksmith on standby in case we need to force entry.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
Let's go and have a chat.
Once again, the gate is locked. But this time, the office door is open and leads the agents out into the yard.
Hello? Hiya, mate. We're after Mr. Khan. Yeah.
That's me.
Hi, Mr. Khan. We're High Court enforcement agents, sir. It's regarding an outstanding balance, sir, for £2,266. We're here to collect the balance. If not, we are instructed to remove goods, mate.
I don't have that much money on me.
Well, you need to see what you can do, mate, to try and raise something, because we'll have to remove, like I said, some of the goods in here.
As Mr. Khan says he can't pay, the agents need to look around the yard for assets they could seize. Most of the cars here are of low scrap value, but there are several working vehicles, including an expensive forklift.
Have you got documentation for these vehicles?
They're not mine, they're the only car park centres, the ones that purchased them.
Yeah, but have you got documentation for them?
Not me, they have.
So would you be able to get in contact with the owner of the vehicle so we can supply us with the receipt?
Yeah, sure.
So are you able to do that now?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic.
The forklift?
Forklift truck as well.
Just whatever it is.
Yeah.
As Mr. Khan heads inside to make some calls, Stuart follows him to look for any other assets that might be on the premises. But Mr. Khan has other ideas.
Don't be touching me, sir.
No.
Don't be touching me.
No, I'm not.
Get your hands off
Sir,
me now.
excuse me.
Well, you're not going in the office.
We will
Why not?
be, yeah.
No.
Yes, we are, sir.
We've got a writ of control here,
Got
sir.
right control.
Yeah.
Okay,
You want
don't
your
touch me
copy?
again.
You want your copy?
I'm
Mr.
not
Khan?
touch you.
There.
Yeah, we'll move right away then,
Mr.
sir.
Khan,
Yeah.
this document, that gives us the right to go in the office as well, sir.
And check what?
Whatever we need to see, sir.
No, you
anything-
don't have to fucking check nothing.
There's assets in
No,
there.
you're not.
There's assets in there. There's assets in there. Mr. Khan, Mr. Khan.
Do, man,
Don't push
okay?
me.
All right?
Don't push
I
me.
don't give a fuck who you are. I said,
Yeah.
just don't push your luck with me.
At the end of the day, sir, you ain't going to stop me doing my job.
You all right?
Whether you
Mr.
like it or
Khan,
not, sir.
you need to
You
relax.
understand?
Mr. Khan,
Stay there.
Most people become aggressive purely down to shock. They're embarrassed, they've known about it, they've tried to hide away from it, but they've got to realise that once we turn up at that address, we're not leaving until that writ has been executed to its full force.
With the agents shut out of the office, Vic tries to reason with Mr. Khan.
so at the end of the day, it is a writ of control, and you need to understand we have the right to go into that office. Look, I'll show you on the document.
What is
here.
it that you want from the office? Go on, what is it?
We need to look at, look, sir. First of all,
Yeah.
we want to get payment,
Yeah, I understand what you're
right?
trying to get
we
payment.
want to get payment, right?
Just stay there, buddy.
No, I'll leave the door open.
What can you pay today, sir?
I swear to God, I cannot make any payment. I just don't have the money.
So we're going to have to take control of goods, sir.
I'll give you my bank details online. I'm telling you, I'm overdrawn and I'm already struggling.
I understand that, but you can understand they obviously don't want to wait anymore.
Yeah.
That's why they've gone through the High Court.
I don't have a choice, have I? I don't have a choice. I've got so many people, asking for money.
It seems that Mr. Khan's business has fallen on hard times. But the agents still need to get this case resolved, one way or another.
So the forklift outside, who does that belong to?
That belongs to me.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
Right, okay, I'll ring recovery then.
Whatever you need to do it.
Mr. Khan has changed his story. The forklift is his after all, and the agents now have an asset they can seize.
CT54.
Stuart calls the office with an update.
He's got a forklift truck here. This forklift truck, mate, is a weight. All right.
But inside, the prospect of losing his work vehicle suddenly prompts Mr. Khan to start negotiating.
If you give me till tomorrow, all right?
We can't, sir.
And then, £500, £400, I try my best to at least get that much and say, here, mate.
Right, okay, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. And I know you're going to say to me, no ways, but if you can get to 1,000 today, listen to me. No, listen to me. I know, but this is a lifeline I'm trying to throw you. I know, sir.
I don't know who's...
I can tell you now, they won't take less than 1,000.
I'll phone my brother up and say what he says.
Once people open up to you and you win their trust, it makes the job a bit easier, because all of a sudden you've got communications going, and that's what we're there to do. We're there to resolve the matter. And if people don't talk to you, you can't resolve the matter.
15 minutes later, his brother arrives.
Hello.
After talking to him,
Hello.
Mr. Khan makes another offer.
He says, I'll lend you 1,000.
Right.
All right.
So you can get £1,000 today. Right. I'm not saying they're going to accept it, all right, but I will make the phone call, okay?
Vic calls the office to see whether the claimant will accept £1,000 today, together with a plan to pay off the balance.
Hi, Tom, you're right, mate. You can get £1,000 cash now, or bank transfer. Just can you run that by the claimant and give me a call back? Okay, mate. Mr. Khan, they're going to phone the claimant now and give me a call back, all right? At the end of the day, it's up to them. I wish it was my choice, but it's not, I'm afraid. If we can see that someone is genuinely trying to raise funds, we will work with that person. We will always try and help someone that is trying to help themselves.
Moments later, the office calls back.
They don't accept it now. Full balance. They're not accepting it after Mr. Khan. They want the full balance.
I'm just gonna go home.
Mr. Khan? Mr. Khan? How long will it, how far is it? Okay, no, that's fine.
It seems that Mr. Khan has gone to try and raise the rest of the balance. While they wait for him to return, his brother opens up to Vic.
He's my big brother, but obviously he's a hard police for you, but we've got our own life as well.
Yeah.
If I come here and help him for a couple of months, I'll be in trouble. We're survivors, mate,
Yeah.
We're old school survivors.
"20 minutes later, Mr. Khan returns to the yard.
It's one of my mates. He's transferring the money into my account.
Okay. So someone's going to transfer money into your account now, and you'll pay us on the machine. Yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Khan has managed to raise the £2,266 he owes, and he pays off the debt in full.
Right, that is the end of the matter. All the best for the future, yeah?
The agent's perseverance has paid off.
Lunch is on you, ain't it, Vic? Whoever gets it paid is the one who gets lunch.
Stuart and Vic got a result against the odds. But in Stephen Ben's next case...
So what's going to happen now?
You have 1 hour to pack your belongings and leave the property.
A simple eviction.
Madam, you do realise your time is running out?
I'm explaining stuff.
Okay.
You're not listening.
Turns into an alarming standoff.
Madam, I can hear that there's a child in there and the child is clearly distressed.
You don't have the correct papers. Stop crying
Evictions by private landlords remain the single biggest cause of homelessness in England. In 2016, nearly 20,000 households became homeless after being evicted from privately rented properties. (9 a.m). High Court enforcement agent Steve Pinner and son Ben are in Bayswater, West London, to carry out an eviction.
Nice, pretty square.
Tenant Cynthia Fubang Chia had been renting a flat with her daughter for 6 years. But when her tenancy came to an end, she refused to leave.
There is no costs on this order, it's purely an eviction.
Ms. Chia repeatedly ignored eviction notices from the county court, and after months of trying to make her leave, the landlord escalated the case to the High Court.
This is a parking space.
Well, this is us sorted.
But this eviction will be far from straightforward.
No one's in at the inn. Ah, sir, good morning. Sorry to have disturbed you. We're trying to get into flat 7.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Madam, can you open the door, please? My name is Ben, High Court Enforcement. We're here to evict you.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Can you call the court, please? I'm appealing this decision.
It's been transferred to the High Court, and the High Court eviction order has been issued.
So what's going to happen now?
You have 1 hour to pack your belongings and leave the property.
Can you come in, please?
Absolutely.
Ms. Chia claims she's in the process of appealing the court's decision, and the agent's visit has clearly come as a shock.
They didn't send me a letter.
They've sent you numerous letters.
And the claimant is still receiving payment.
He's entitled for you to pay him rent.
Yeah, but he's receiving full pay. So how can he then do?
Of course he can, because the court has ordered you to leave and you failed to leave.
He hasn't. Oh my God, this is not fair. Can you wait outside and let me do what I can do, please? Because I'm just confused.
A lot of the properties we go to for repossessions are challenges because the people in the properties think that, you know, why are you evicting us? This shouldn't be right. You can't do this. Obviously, the process that has gone through enables us to do it, but they're just in denial.
Ms. Chia has only an hour to pack her essentials and leave, but instead she's on the phone to the courts.
What can I do in this situation?
You've got to speak with the enforcement officer.
Madam, you do realise your time is running out?
I'm telling you, I'm explaining stuff.
Okay,
You're not listening.
No, you're not listening to me, madam. I want to really explain to you. At 10 o'clock, you're leaving this property.
Okay, can I? Yeah.
You've got to take your stuff.
With Ms. Chia not cooperating, Steve changes tactics.
I'm going to call the police and ask them to come.
Your reason for calling?
Yes, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. And I'd like an officer to attend the property to explain the authority that we have in a repossession order.
Okay, I will try and get somebody out to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, the police officers are on their way now.
I haven't committed any crime.
You're obstructing me, madam.
No, I'm not.
You've got to take your stuff.
Can you please just wait?
No.
I'm not locking the door.
Madam, we're not leaving the property. Property is no longer yours.
15 minutes after they were called, the police arrive.
Welcome to the fun house.
Cynthia,
Yeah.
there is no more argument, okay? We'll need to be as quick as you can, please, because otherwise you're going to be obstructing these very nice gentlemen in the lawful execution of their duties, all right?
Yeah.
Cynthia, we need to go.
Yeah. Are you going to lock the door?
I am going to lock the door.
What keys do you have?
With the police present, Ms. Chia finally leaves. She now has 7 days to arrange with her landlord to pick up the rest of her and her daughter's belongings.
All done. Lock the door, please. Let's get out of here.
The eviction appears to be complete. But 5 months later, the case takes an extraordinary turn. And Steve and Max are on their way back to the same flat.
She made an arrangement with the landlord to come back and collect her stuff. And when she got into the flat, she locked the landlord out.
The landlord applied for another repossession order, But before the new writ was issued, Ms. Chia secured a court hearing where the landlord agreed she could stay in the flat for 3 more months to give her time to find somewhere else to live.
Yep, it's there because we parked at the bays there last time.
But the 3-month extension has now expired, and Ms. Chia is still there. So the agents are back with another writ to evict her for a second time.
She has got to go. She stayed well beyond her welcome. This job never ceases to amaze me. In my enforcement career, I've never heard of a case where a tenant needs to be evicted from the same domestic property twice, ever. It's locked. Somewhere.
Hello? High Court Enforcement, Miss Chia.
Yeah, what is it?
I'm an enforcement agent with a High Court writ
For what?
to repossess the property. Could you open the door, please?
I'm saying this because I have possession up until the 1st of April.
What's the date today?
He has to make an application.
Today is the 3rd of April.
Cynthia, you going to open the door?
Go away!
Open the door, or I will open the door.
You don't have the correct papers. He's not crying.
Madam, I can hear that there's a child in there and the child is clearly distressed.
Yes,
We
yes.
definitely don't want to distress the child.
Go away! Go away! Go away! You're not allowed to be here. You don't have a...
If you obstruct us, it's a criminal offence, okay?
I'm not obstructing. My daughter is behind the door.
I think it's absolutely unacceptable that as a parent, you would put your daughter in the way of the door, okay?
Concerned for the child's welfare, Max feels he has no alternative but to call the police for assistance.
Hiya. We're enforcement agents. We've got a High Court writ of possession. The defendant is refusing to leave, and we have concerns for the welfare of the child.
Okay, shall we get your unit assigned as soon as possible?
Thanks ever so much for that.
All right.
Bye. Cynthia, can you hear me okay? The police are coming.
Yeah, but why are you calling the police?
Why? Because honestly, I'm concerned for the welfare of your child.
For what welfare?
You told me you put the child in front of the door.
I haven't put she. I said she was standing there. Can you come back tomorrow or something?
Absolutely not.
Okay then.
When children are presented in front of us when we're enforcing a writ, their interests come first. A lot of us have children with fathers. The last thing we're going to do is put any of them in danger.
That's the police.
Minutes after they were called, the police arrive.
Hi, thank you for coming.
Cynthia, it's the police. Can you open the door, please?
They didn't listen to me. I went back to the High Court. The High Court just put us back in here.
Okay.
Now they've come. All this writ, this the one they're telling you.
They have a High Court writ to say that you must leave the property.
From where?
today.
Can I see if
The gentleman's. I don't have the gentleman have it. No.
What are you using to evict me? You know you don't have me, and you know you're just trying to because the police.
Listen,
You don't have.
with the greatest respect to you, I can't afford to make a mistake in being here for the wrong reasons. Cynthia, may I speak to you?
You'd still need a writ. You cannot just come to my door and evict me. Where is your order?
We went back to court and got a writ, okay? This writ gives us immediate effect.
You call the High Court.
No, she needs to go.
Right. Officer, they're just trying to have. They know that they don't have the.
I'm sorry, okay? It does appear that they do, okay? So you need to start listening to what these gentlemen. I appreciate it's upsetting and it's not ideal. You need to think about your little girl. This isn't nice for her.
So I should go back to court now. Is that
No,
what?
you need to take your belongings and then.
No, I will go back to court because they don't, that's what I'm going to do.
You need to take your belongings
Because they don't have any grounds.
I am here to uphold the peace, okay? And at the minute, you're obstructing these guys from doing their job. Would you like arresting, quite simply?
No.
Then sort your stuff out.
Put your phone down and let's get going.
It's just wrong. How can they evict me for no reason? He doesn't have the.
Yes, he does. It's time to leave. We're going now, okay?
Right, okay, let's go. Come on.
Lovely.
Okay.
Thank you.
We done?
With the help of the police, Ms. Chia finally accepts that she and her daughter have to leave.
Thank you very much for your help. I do appreciate it. Take care.
Just buy my stuff.
Now homeless, it will be up to the council to provide them with emergency accommodation.
Well, that's us done anyway. Thank goodness for that. That is secure.
2 visits and 2 police call-outs later, the case is finally resolved.
Do you think that's the end of the matter?
Oh, I do hope so. I couldn't take another one of those. People are just unreasonable and unbelievable, aren't they?
Yeah.
Research has shown that over 70% of small business owners in the UK feel that cash flow poses the biggest risk to their livelihoods. Cash flow problems affect 4 in 10 small businesses, and nearly a third struggle to meet debt repayments as a direct result. High Court Enforcement Agent Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Birkenhead, Merseyside. They have a writ to recover over £35,000 owed by a publishing company to an ex-employee.
Sun shining, Vic. We're at Birkenhead. Where are we going?
We're going to visit this morning on the sunny day the Hannay Partnership Limited.
The claimant took the company to court, alleging he was unfairly dismissed.
The door's open.
He won the case and was awarded compensation.
Looks like an intercom entry, mate. Do you want to jump out?
Now, company director Steve Russell must pay the claimant what he owes in full today, or the agents have the right to seize assets to offset the debt.
Hi there, the Hannay Partnership Limited. Thank you. Morning.
Oh, are you okay?
Is it Mr. Steve Russell?
Yeah. So we're High Court enforcement agents, so we've been sent in regards to an outstanding High Court writ.
Our solicitor did speak to the case manager.
Yeah.
They were trying to resolve it.
Yeah.
It's been transferred to the High Court, sir, so we need payment today.
We'll have to take control of goods.
At the moment, the outstanding balance is 35,000.
Well, I can't raise any money today to make a payment.
We can give you half an hour to see what you can do.
I'm not being held to ransom like that.
No, not being held to ransom.
While the agents wait to see whether Mr. Russell can raise any funds, they start an inventory of goods in the office.
Sorry guys, I won't get you in any photos.
If you want to carry on working, you can carry on working.
What?
If you want to carry on working, you can keep on working.
If you take the stuff today,
yeah,
I'll put it into liquidation.
Yeah.
So no one's going to win, are they?
That's the last thing we would want to do. We don't want to close you down.
But then Mr. Russell makes a new claim.
See, if you look on here, the actual assets, I purchased them for cash.
Yeah.
From the old company.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to be taken, really.
So we'd need to see proof of that, sir.
If the goods belong to Mr. Russell personally, and not to the company named on the writ, they can't be seized. He shows them a document he thinks proves his claim.
There's no serial numbers there with those Macs, are there? See what I mean? No serial numbers. There's no proof on that document that these goods is what you bought.
The inventory does not prove that Mr. Russell and not the company own the goods, so the agents continue listing assets for removal.
We are never in the position that we want to take control of goods. It's a last option. We're not there to wreck anyone's livelihoods or put the job in threat or cause them any due distress, but the harsh reality of it is if you stick your head in the sand and you don't deal with it, that could be the ultimate cost.
30 minutes has now passed, and Mr. Russell hasn't managed to raise any funds.
You just advise the guys that need to switch off the computers and back up the systems.
The agents turn up the pressure and start packing up the seizable assets. But seeing his business under real threat, Mr. Russell calls Vic over. He's decided to make an offer.
Get 10 now.
There now. And then...
£2 a month.
Can you up to 2 to 2.5?
I can't.
Stuart calls the office to see whether the claimant will accept Mr. Russell's offer.
He says you can do 2. Did you say you can do 2 each month?
Do 2.
But he says you can't do any more. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, okay. Right, cheers, thanks very much, bye.
The offer has been accepted.
How is it you can make that payment?
Transfer it across now.
Okay, no problem, I'll give you our bank details now.
Mr. Russell makes a down payment of £10,000.
Thank you very much. Cheers, bye-bye. Yeah, it's in, thank you, see you.
The agents then list Mr. Russell's assets on a controlled goods agreement.
If you sign that, your printer name, you get a copy of that.
Which means the assets can be removed if he defaults on his repayments.
We're all sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Alright, take it easy, alright?
The case is resolved for now. But 10 days later, it's a very different story. Mr. Russell has defaulted on his payments.
You take this, well, attempt to take this stuff today.
Yeah.
That's it.
Of course.
You know you won't get another penny.
High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Merseyside. They had a writ to recover £35,000 owed by a publishing company to an ex-employee.
I can give you half an hour to see what you can do.
Well, I can't raise any money today to make a payment.
Company director Mr. Russell couldn't pay the balance.
It's just unrealistic, isn't it? I'm not being held to ransom like that.
No, they're not being held to ransom. You just advise the guys that need to switch off their computers.
But when the agents started to remove assets, Mr. Russell came up with an offer.
Get 10 now.
There now. And then...
£2 a month.
He agreed to pay £2,000 a month to clear the balance.
We're all sorted.
Yeah.
Alright, take it easy, alright?
But a week later, Mr. Russell has defaulted on his first payment of £2,000. And now Stuart and Vic are on their way back to get this case resolved for good.
Let's go. When a defendant doesn't stick to our arrangements or defaults, we are going back with the mentality of it. We're either collect payment or we will be removing goods today. It makes us more determined to get a result. Hello. Hello, Steve, you alright?
You alright?
You signed a control goods agreement saying you're going to pay £2,000 last Friday.
Yeah.
You've broken that payment plan now.
Yeah, okay.
Hence the reason why we're back.
Right.
So are you able to make £2,000 payments?
I'm not, no. I can't pay you £2,000 today.
But you agreed to pay it for last Friday.
Well, I haven't got it.
But I haven't got a choice. If you're not going to pay, I'm going to have to remove the goods.
Attempt to remove the goods.
Well, no, we won't be attempting. We will be, sir, if the payment isn't made.
You're just putting undue pressure on me.
I'm not putting pressure on you.
But, well, you are.
Oh, am I?
Because you're saying you're going to take our stuff?
Well, yeah,
But as long as you realise, if you take this, well, attempt to take this stuff today...
Yeah.
That's it.
Of course.
You know you won't get another penny.
With payment looking unlikely, Stuart calls the office to arrange recovery.
Hi, mate, you alright? He's not willing to make any payments, so we need to ring recovery. It's 12 desks, a couple of iMacs, just basic office equipment.
Because the goods in the office would fetch a fraction of their worth at auction, the agents would have to clear most of it to offset a small part of the £25,000 Mr. Russell still owes. With his business at serious risk, Vic throws him a final lifeline.
Can you pay 1,000 today?
Can't. I've just done the wages.
If you have to revise it, what would a new figure be you've got now? So you're offering £500 today and £500 a month going forward?
Yeah.
Stuart calls the office with an update.
The defendant's offered £500 per month.
Yeah.
So can we find out what the claimant says? If not, then can we get indemnity for removal?
Yeah.
But then Stuart hears some surprising news.
Do you know how long he'll be?
Half an hour tops.
Okay, mate.
Alright.
Speak to you shortly. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. He's on his way. Claimant's on his way now.
Yeah.
Mr. Russell's former employee is on his way to broker a deal in person.
What's the point in him coming here?
Got no idea.
It's an extremely unusual development. Mr. Russell calls his accountant for her advice.
Really don't understand what he's trying to achieve by that. I shall resist the temptation to smack him one. Cheers for that. See you in a bit. She's saying, be very careful that you're not being set up to punch him, and then he'll do you for that. It's like an incendiary, to be honest with you. It's not going to help the situation.
I mean, I've never been in a situation like this before, but we won't let it get to a violent situation, that I can guarantee you.
While they wait for the claimant to arrive, Mr. Russell opens up to the agents about the case.
He is an ex-employee who we parted company with 12 months ago. There was a disagreement over the terms of him leaving and spiralled into this.
Were you friends before, Steve?
Yeah.
Like on a personal level?
Yeah.
Before business?
Did match me to concerts and that.
Right. It's sometimes harder to deal with a defendant when the claimant used to be a personal friend. You know, when where they know each other, basically. There's obviously personal history, which can make the case more complicated, but it's not going to change what I'm there to do on that day.
10 minutes later, Stuart gets a call from the office.
Hello?
The client just rang me, so I'm here now and looking outside the property.
Right, no problem. Bye.
But it's not the claimant outside. It seems he's backed out and sent his solicitor instead.
How's it going? You okay?
Yeah, good, thanks. So you came here last Monday?
Yeah.
And obviously the deal was 10, which you felt was paid, plus the
That's right.
2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Client says, well, why can't he stick to the £2,000 a month?
Yeah. Apparently he's stating he can't afford it. So we need to know what the claimant wants us to do.
Okay. So in the absence of two, he's asking for 1.5.
Yeah. He's offered 500. He says his accountant's not going to let him pay any more than 500 a month.
The solicitor calls the claimant.
Okay, thank you. So you're saying 1,000 today?
Yeah.
Stuart heads back upstairs to tell Mr. Russell the news.
Right. He says that if you do 1,000 today, he'll agree 500 a month ongoing. And then we'll leave you to get on with the rest of your day.
Okay then.
Yeah? Okay, no problem. How is it you can make that payment by transfer again? Okay.
It's taken 2 visits, but the agents have finally negotiated a plan that Mr. Russell believes he can stick to.
Yeah, he's accepted that. He'll make that payment. Well, thanks a lot for your time, mate. Take it easy. See you later.
Please pay it.
Yeah.
Monthly. I'm sure you're a nice person, but you're gonna get tired of our faces after a while.
Alright, Steve.
Glad you didn't have to put on the boxing gloves.
No.
See you later,
Steve.
Mr. Russell has been given his final chance, but if he doesn't stick to his promises, the agents won't give up.
At the end, we got a result, and the claimant is frustrated because it's been going on for so long. They used to be mates, and I think it became now it's a more personal thing than anything else.
2 good friends have lost each other now over money. That's the way life is, isn't it?
Last year, over 100,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales. With an average value of nearly £3,500, creditors are increasingly turning to the High Court to get their money back. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are High Court enforcement agents. They travel thousands of miles every week, collecting debts and seizing goods. Today, they're on their way to a dog kennel business in Crewe, Cheshire, to recover a debt of over £3,000 owed to a supplier.
Where are we off to, Vic?
We are off to Thermal Dog Kennels.
Wonder if the owner's called Jack Russell.
No, he's actually called David. It's David Routledge.
If company director David Routledge can't or won't pay today, the agents can remove goods from his business to cover the value of the debt.
I reckon it's one of these little out units. Thermal dog kennels. Hello? Hello there. We're after Mr. David Routledge. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I need to speak to Mr. Routledge. Is that yourself?
I'm one of the Routledges. Which one do you want?
David.
Which one? There's two of them.
Right, okay.
Director of the company.
Director of Thermal Dog Kennels.
He's not here.
Right, okay. Are you able to get him on the phone?
No.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We're here to take control of goods.
What goods?
The goods that are in the premises at the moment.
Thermal dog kennels. I haven't got any goods.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'd need to get them on the phone.
What's thermal dog kennels supposed to owe?
Well, the total amount at the moment, so you need to get Mr. Routledge on the phone.
No, I can't. It's not
No,
available.
okay, that's fine. Can you start doing an inventory of goods?
This Mr. Routledge claims he isn't the David Routledge, director of the debtor company they're looking for.
You need to start cooperating with us, sir.
No, come on, gentlemen.
No, carry on doing
No.
what we're doing, sir.
You are not. You're leaving
We are.
this premises.
No, we're not.
Please. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm not trespassing at all. I'm not. No, please don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Touch you? I'll do more than touch you. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. There is nothing here of thermal dog kennels. If you look at the record...
Can you stand back, please, sir?
No, I will
Can you
not stand back. Will you leave our premises?
I'm not going anywhere, sir.
You're not going our premises? Right. Right, come on. Let's see who can saw to first.
Mr. Routledge, the on company's house is still active, sir, and it's straight...
Can you stop leaning on me,
Yes.
please, sir?
No, I won't. We'll leave these premises. Move this man out
Yeah,
of the
no,
way.
it's fine. You can talk to me, sir.
For a start, High Court enforcement is nothing but a company. You're not a High Court. I want
What?
to see.
Sorry, sir.
I want to see your Bailey certificate for a start.
No problem at all, sir.
Come on, let me see it.
There you go,
And then
sir.
I want to see the writ under the authority to come into.
Who are you, sir?
Who am I?
Who are you?
I'm me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So I'm not showing you anything, sir.
Right, and I'm not.
Okay.
And I'm telling you to leave.
And I'm not
these
going
premises.
anywhere until you cooperate with us.
Well, I don't have to cooperate with you.
Exactly, sir.
I've told you. That
Okay,
these are
so
the
what I'll
premises.
do is I'll continue doing my job
You will, you?
until you start cooperating with us, sir.
I'm not cooperating
Okay.
with you because you're.
Okay. Don't touch me again.
I won't more
Do
than
not
touch
touch
you.
me again.
I
I will
find
have
you
you arrested. I'll
Have
find
me
you
arrested.
arrested.
Go on.
Okay.
I'm a 72-year-old gentleman with a
acting.
heart complaint. And do you think the police are going to be very interested in me when they see a big burly thug like you
Well,
threatening
can I
me?
not spit in my face, sir, please?
Yes. It's nothing to what else will be in your face. You carry on.
Sometimes when you work in pairs, one person gets more abuse than the other. We get it every day, every single day. And it doesn't bother us. I don't go home crying at night because someone says they don't like me. I move on to the next job and get over it. Why are you being like this, sir?
Why am I like
Why
this?
be like
Because
this, sir?
it's quite clearly there are notices all over the place. I tell you, this has nothing to do with thermal dog
Well,
kennels.
you need to work with us then, sir.
Mr. Routledge claims that Thermal Dog Kennels is not based at the address and is nothing to do with him.
We have hundreds of companies that have got registered office here.
okay.
I find your whole attitude aggressive and unimportant.
I'm sorry, sir. Haven't you just tried to push me out the building?
Yes,
And in my personal space, sir.
Come on, I want you to have me arrested. I want you to charge me. Come on.
Do you mind
Come
getting
on,
away
big man. Come on, big man. Come on. You can't, can you? Because you're a living little yellow twat.
You can tell signs of when people are going to be aggressive just by the way that the body language is, by the way that they get into your personal space immediately. And you've got to think one step ahead of trying to get this message clearly to them that regardless what behaviour is going to happen, we're going to be doing the job, we're going to be executing the writ.
Just step aside, I'll have a convo with you. All right?
Yes.
Let's start from the beginning.
I'm quite happy to show you a series of events which will show there's lots of companies with registered addresses here.
Right.
Yes, but that man must
That's
enter his
fine.
premises.
That's fine,
Now,
sir. He can deal with me. He
Yes,
can deal with
yes,
me.
I think
Or
you're
you
quite
can. We can go in the back and in your office.
With the situation escalating, Stuart talks to the police.
Have him out, please.
As we've gone to do an inventory of goods, he's becoming very aggressive, trying to throw us out the building. So we're here to continue our job regardless of the situation.
Vic takes Mr. Routledge aside to try and find out more about the company that owes the money.
Is David, is he your son?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm David Senior.
Right, both. Okay, that's fine. Were they trading from here at some point before?
Yes. It's ceased trading probably 2 years ago. But it filed accounts at company's house, but it has no assets at all, it's just a trading company.
Just as Vic seems to be making progress, Stuart's arrival changes Mr. Routledge's attitude.
Why is he still on the premises?
I'm not going anywhere, sir.
Another man arrives in the office.
Jonathan, this man's totally intimidated me, and he's threatened me.
Have I threatened you, sir?
Yes, you
I think you need to calm down, sir.
That he is a disabled person with a serious heart condition, and that your threats here can actually invoke into a heart attack.
What threats are that, sir?
Well, it's simply led by your intimidation.
Yes, you are intimidated.
I'm here to do my job, sir.
Yes, you're not.
If you want to cooperate,
you're intimidating.
If you want to cooperate, sir.
Look, I told
cooperate.
you, you are intimidating. I don't have to cooperate with you.
That attitude, sir, is getting you through here. Right, ignore what I'm saying then, sir. Ignore what I'm saying, sir.
Would you please get this man out?
I'm not going anywhere, sir, so you can deal with it.
You're not going to get anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere, sir.
Right, we'll see about that. Out.
No,
get out.
Calm down, sir.
Calm down. Get him out. Get him out.
I'm not going anywhere, sir.
Get him out. Come on. You shouldn't have this one.
Get off. Get off.
Oh, violence now. Oh, the clenched fist then. The clenched fist. No, I'm having you now. Oh, yes. You're a clenched fist. You're going to hit me out.
With the threats escalating, will Stuart and Vic be able to get the £3,000 they came for? High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Cheshire with a writ to recover £3,000 from a company called Thermal Dog Kennels.
We're after Mr. David Routledge.
The man they met, Mr. Routledge, had the same surname as the company director of Thermal Dog Kennels, but denied that he was him.
Are you able to get him on the phone?
No.
Mr. Routledge didn't want to cooperate.
Now, come on, gentlemen.
No, carry on doing what we're doing, sir.
He then tried to get Stuart out of the premises.
Come on, big man. Come on. You can't, can you? Because you're a livid little yellow twat.
Then another man arrived. Tensions rose and Mr. Routledge made threats against Stuart.
Calm down, sir.
Get off.
Oh, violence now. Oh, the clenched fist then. Oh, I'm having you now.
Now the agents need to calm the situation down so they can resolve this complicated case. Stuart takes the man who recently arrived to one side.
Well, we're here to speak to David Routledge.
The David Routledge that you're after is up in North.
We need to speak to him, and we need to see some documentation for what actually belongs to this company. Who are you, sorry, sir?
My name's John Routledge. I'm the owner of all this stuff here.
John Routledge tells the agents he's the director of an entirely different dog kennel business, trading from the same address. If this is the case, the agents won't be able to seize any assets, but they need proof.
This is a lease agreement for the goods that are owned on lease here to Animal Housing Solutions.
The lease proves that a new business, Animal Housing Solutions, is indeed trading from the address, as John Routledge says, and the equipment on the premises is hired out from a different company. The assets on site don't belong to Thermal Dog Kennels, and so they can't be seized.
I'm just looking at this.
But as the company named on the writ is still listed as trading from the address, the agents have the right to stay on the premises to conclude their inquiries.
I now require you now to leave these premises, please.
We won't be leaving, sir.
Get out through that door now.
The problem is they're still active on company's houses trading from here. That's the problem we're sitting with today.
The company's house is only just simply there as an entity, exactly.
The active address is here on company's house. It shows that it's here.
Yes.
We didn't make up that information.
Despite John Routledge's protests, the agents won't leave until they've tried to find out where the director of Thermal Dog Kennels, David Routledge, is.
So is the defendant we're looking for, which is not trading from here, that's your dad?
No, he's my dad.
Is this your dad?
Oh, yes.
Is it your brother then?
Yes.
Right.
Who's up north?
Where about?
He's up in Leeds.
Have you got a contact number for him?
Yes, but we're not going to give it to you.
With no company assets there to seize, and no help from the family in contacting David Routledge Jr., Stuart and Vic have no choice but to leave empty-handed.
All right, see you later. The issue we got is it's Thermal Dog Kennels, and when we walk in there, there's kennel equipment.
There's cages, there's photos of dogs.
It's just the way they came across, you know, they weren't forthcoming with any information. They know the person, it's obviously family. We'll just take it through our trace department.
And see where we end up.
Over the last 3 years, homelessness among ethnic minority communities has risen much faster than in the general population. This dramatic increase has caused a huge rise in the number of households from minority communities living in temporary accommodation. Barnet, North London. High Court enforcement agent Steve Pinner and his son Ben are on their way to carry out an eviction.
We have a writ of possession. We are going to a flat in Brunswick Park Road.
A notice of eviction has already been sent to the tenant by the county court, but the landlord has upgraded it to the High Court to speed up the process.
Let's see what we can do.
The tenant has been living in the flat for over 4 years. She's in rent arrears, but Ben and Steve aren't instructed to collect payment. They are here to repossess the property today.
It's that one with the extension lead going out the house.
That's to use the communal electric. That's running through a letterbox. That's dangerous.
Sometimes we see something like an extension lead coming out of the letterbox. You know before you get into the flat there's something not right, whether it's with the person or even the property. There is something not correct.
Hello? Hello, madam. My name's Ben. I'm a High Court enforcement officer. I've been sent to repossess the property, madam. Would you like me to unplug the plug before you open the door? Hello? I'm going to unplug the plug, yes? Okay, if you want to open the door now.
Why are you coming?
I'm here by the High Court to repossess the property, to evict you, madam. I have the relevant paperwork if you'd like to open the door.
I didn't receive any photo.
Okay, madam, this conversation will be much easier if you open the door. Would you like to open the door?
I didn't receive any.
Okay, madam, I'm not having any further conversation until you open the door. Yes, if you can read it through that spy hole. No, madam, open the door. This is just getting ridiculous. Or I can have the door opened for you if you don't want to open it for me. I'd much prefer you to open it, though. That's better. This is the paper. This is from the High Court. And what happens is, you have an hour now to collect some personal effects, medication, items to last you a few days.
I didn't receive before.
Madam, okay, let me explain. You was ordered by the county court to leave, and you didn't leave. The client...
No, I don't have a...
Madam, hold on. You did have a court order, and it was an order of possession, saying that you should leave by a said date. Obviously, because you didn't leave, the client has asked to transfer it to the High Court. Rather than transferring it to the county court bailiff to come, we are coming instead. We'll have to leave the door open, though. I need to come in. I don't want to... What's behind the door? Wow. Do you live here on your own? Have you got anyone that can come and help you?
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything? Have you started to pack already, or...?
Yeah, something in my bag.
Ben leaves the tenant to pack, but as he looks around the flat, he's in for a shock.
Wow, this is something else. It's just like a version of hoarding. There's this rubbish everywhere. I don't know how people can live like this. But everyone goes through life differently. When you go down the council, madam, speak to them about arranging people to come and collect all of this.
Steve decides to investigate the power cable that came through the letterbox.
Everything is run off the communal electricity. The fridge, hot plate, microwave. There's probably no lights.
There's 3 microwaves, one there, 2.
Yeah, I know. Try a light switch. The electric won't work. Told you. The boiler's not on, obviously.
Is there no electricity in this flat, madam? How comes?
Not only light, electricity. Everything is broken.
Yeah, but this is the electricity from outside, isn't it? When you enter a property, you're looking for things that might be out of the ordinary. Sometimes they're boxes all stacked up, food stacked up, no utilities in no lights working, and things like that, which brings you to the point where the tenant may be vulnerable or not sure of themselves. So you have to be very careful. Nice to meet you, sir.
As the tenant continues to pack, the landlord's agent arrives.
We're in talking to her, explained the situation to her, told her that she has an hour to get her personal effects together, and she's going to have to come back and clear that out.
If you'd like me to show you.
Okay. I mean, we've been trying to reason with her for... The owners are in the States at the moment, and I managed the property when we've been able to, but she's not allowed us in for...
The electricity doesn't work.
She's not allowed us in for a safety certificate.
She has an extension lead running off outside for everything.
We've been pleading with her through the letterbox, and we've never forced entry, ever. We've said, look, let us help you. For your safety, we need to get... You're not coming. She's screaming at the owners of the flat, and it's their property. They're trying to help her.
Ben is concerned about the tenant's welfare.
Have you got anywhere to take all of this stuff to, madam? You don't have a place. I just don't know what you're going to do with all of this. I really don't. Because you've got quite a lot of stuff. You need everything. You're going to need to make arrangements to come back and get all of this. But it's not going to be a quick process. Have you got not family or friends that can come and help you? No. When you evict vulnerable people, it's hard because we don't know if they're going to get the help they need, whether that's down to the fact that they won't ask for it or the fact that they simply aren't getting the help from the necessary authorities. Madam, I understand this is very distressing for you, but we need to sort of work out a game plan of what you're going to do in your next steps. Would you like me to help you? Would you like me to lift that over?
Can I help in any way? Oh, that's really heavy.
Is there anything else you need to take, madam? No?
Have you got the piece of paper he gave you? You need that if you're going to the council.
The tenant is now homeless. She must appeal to the local council for emergency accommodation.
What about all your other stuff in the property? If you explain to the council... I said to her, you need to go to the council, you need to do this, she says, don't care, doesn't matter.
She will not have gone to the council. I can almost guarantee she... I don't know where she's gone.
Go then?
Well, she will just go to... if she knows somebody or somewhere, or I don't know. That's what's so sad about it.
The tenant must collect the contents of the flat within a month, or she could lose all her possessions for good.
As you can see, we're going to be at least another month before we can legitimately remove all of her stuff. That puts another month on top of before we can start any refurbishment work. So, it goes on.
The eviction is complete.
I need you to sign this just to say that we've been here, done what we're supposed to do.
But Steve and Ben are still concerned about the tenant. They take an unusual step and decide to try and track her down.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down there and have a look down there, see if we can get round that way. See if she's sitting, but I don't think she will be. It's always difficult if you have to evict someone that's a vulnerable person, because if they're that vulnerable, they may not understand the situation. So somebody has to try and get them to understand it. She just disappeared. She might have got a bus. But what can we do? You know, you can only do so much. You know, we're struggling to find her.
After driving around the area, there's no sign of the tenant.
I don't know what's going to happen to her. Now she's disappeared, and will she go to the council? She didn't seem that bothered when we said about going to the council. Will she be sleeping on the streets tonight? I feel like I need closure. I need to know where she's gone, or if she's okay. But I don't know what more I can do to try and find her.
I mean, we've done the job that we've been paid for, but then there's us personally as people think, you know, yes, the job's the job, but at the end of the day, we hope they're going in the right direction to get help and move onwards.
Steve and Ben have faced an emotional eviction. But in Stuart and Vic's next case, they meet a debtor in denial.
I swear on my son's life, I have not received no paperwork.
You don't need to swear on anyone's life, sir.
Who pushes their patience to the limit.
Don't kick my furniture. Don't kick my furniture.
I'm not kicking any furniture.
Don't
again.
kick the furniture.
Do not touch me again, sir.
The number of county court judgments issued against consumers in England and Wales has reached the highest level since the financial crisis in 2008. By the end of the decade, personal debt is set to reach £2.5 trillion, with each adult in the UK owing an average of nearly £50,000. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in the Worcestershire countryside.
The Malvern Hills, Vic. The Malvern Hills.
They're on their way to collect a debt from a man who purchased a car engine from an online auction website, but failed to pay the seller.
We are going to see Mr. Clive Herbert. 3,200.
And who's it owed to? A private individual?
Yeah.
2, 3. Aha, here we are.
Where the defender is.
If Mr. Herbert can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to seize personal assets to offset the debt.
So with outstanding balance of £3,219.27.
What's this for? I don't even know what you're talking about. I haven't even received any court papers for it.
Well, you've got my number. I'm going to give you 20 minutes to raise the funds. If not, we will be phoning transporter to remove the vehicles on the drive.
They don't belong to me, they belong to my son. You can't take stuff that doesn't belong to you.
The outstanding balance that needs to be paid in full is £3,219.27.
No, it isn't even that. It's only even £2,000.
It's been oh, so you know about it then?
Yes, I know about it.
Oh, well, but you just told me 5 minutes ago. You know nothing about it. So I'm not.
I haven't received the paperwork from the court. I'm appealing against the case.
So I've got an active High Court writ here.
No. You are doing things wrong.
Oh, no, sir. Far from it.
Then you can come and take my stuff.
You've got my number. I'll give you 20 minutes and I'll give you a call back.
No, you can't.
I can't understand why people think they can tell me what I can and can't do. I don't go around to people's work and tell them what they can and can't do.
While they wait for Clive to return home, Stuart runs a vehicle check on the cars in the driveway.
Can someone put me through to HPI, please?
They are valuable assets, and if they're owned by Mr. Herbert and free of finance, the agents can take them away if he doesn't pay today.
Land Rover Defender 110 it should be. Alright, cheers Ed, thanks very much mate. Bye. Free of finance.
Yeah, this one is on eBay for $12,750.
Both cars are free of finance.
You, my friend, are being seized. It's always a major benefit of coming to a property and realising that there is a valuable asset sat on the drive that's free of finance. That means you've got something to barter against.
Stuart calls Mr. Herbert back to give him an update.
Hello, is that Mr. Herbert? Mr. Herbert, my name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
I've just been speaking to the police. I'm on their way now.
Okay.
You haven't got the correct paperwork, Bed.
How have we not got the correct paperwork? So we've got a High Court writ.
They said you can't take nothing away.
Says who?
The police.
You do know that the police are only here for breach of the peace, so they're not here to stop us doing our job.
They're on their way now.
No problem at all, so we'll speak to you shortly. Are you making your way back?
I'm on my way there to you now.
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing you shortly.
Stuart and Vic wait for Clive and the police to arrive. But then, Clive's son turns up.
Hello there, sir. Take it you're the son, are you? Yeah, we're High Court enforcement agents. Your dad said he's on his way back. Payment needs to be made. If not, goods are getting removed, including the Defender. That's mine. Is it? Have you got any documentation for it?
I have got documentation for that.
Are you able to go and grab it?
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
If Clive's son can prove the cars on the driveway belong to him, the agents won't be able to seize them.
Have you got a receipt for it?
No, we haven't got receipts for anything. We don't do receipts.
The son has logbooks, but these are not proof of ownership. With no receipts, the vehicles can be seized.
It will be removed then.
You weren't taking them.
No, we don't have to, but we need payment.
The agents have been on the property for 45 minutes, and there's still no sign of Mr. Herbert. Then, the police arrive.
Morning, officers. Got a High Court writ to take control of goods unless payment's been made.
I think he's under the impression it's still in court.
No, the CCJ's been awarded against him, so it's now a writ of control, which means if the full balance is not paid, we will be removing goods.
Stuart turns detective and finds keys to other cars. He walks down the road to see if there are signs of any other vehicles.
I'm just waiting now to see what he turns up in. There's keys inside for a 2011 Chevy Camaro. There's also a 55 plate Range Rover Vogue.
But then Mr. Herbert turns up on foot.
Mr. Herbert, Mr. McCracken, High Court enforcement agent. My colleagues are with the police at the moment just regarding this outstanding writ, sir.
I just rung the court. They said that I got every right to appeal. Then
you got every right to appeal, sir, yeah. Well, at the moment, it's still active.
Well,
so we're here now to collect a payment or take control of goods, sir.
Well, the stuff don't belong to me.
What about the goods inside your property, sir?
Eh?
What about the goods inside your
Belongs
property?
to my son.
Belongs to everything?
Yeah, everything belongs to my son.
Everything?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So I'm here to take control of goods, sir, which we will be doing unless payment's made.
If all this stuff belongs to my son, you can't take nothing.
Yes, I will take it, and you've got 7 days to prove to the court.
You can't take anything if it belongs to...
Sir, I need to make you aware, if your appeal goes through, you get your money refunded. But the fact of the matter is, we're here now to execute a writ of control.
Hey, can they take stuff?
Is this your address?
Yeah, this is my address.
Yeah.
But the stuff, everything belongs to him.
In this job, you've got to think, are they being truthful? Are they being honest? Are they actually at this address? What goods do they actually own? And that's the exciting part of the job.
Mr. Herbert finally starts to discuss the debt with the agents.
I bought an engine for £2,000 off eBay. We put it in the van. The engine was scrap, right? So I paid on credit card and I stopped the payment. And he went to court to get his £2,000, right? And they went against me in court.
As you've just come now, and I understand it's a bit of a shock, so what I'll be doing is I'll be giving you a further 20 minutes to raise some funds. If not, I'll be ringing recovery for the removal of that Defender 110 and the computer equipment that you've got.
Can they do this? If they court, you've got to send me some sort of...
We have done, sir.
I haven't received any paperwork.
Right, paperwork has been sent.
Can you prove it then? I swear on my son's life, I have not received no paperwork.
You don't need to swear on anyone's life. That's your notice of enforcement, sir, and that's when it was sent. We're here to execute a High Court writ of control, which we will be doing unless payment's made.
With the deadline set, Stuart starts to make an inventory of goods.
Don't kick my furniture. Don't kick my furniture.
I'm not kicking any furniture.
Don't kick the furniture.
Do not touch me again, sir.
Don't kick the furniture.
I advise you do not touch me again.
Off my chair.
I'm in the middle of taking control of goods, sir.
No, stand up then. Stand up. I have asked you politely to get off the chair.
I will do, yes, but if you touch me again, sir.
Let's not escalate things, eh? There's no need for it.
When you're faced with an aggressive confrontation, the thing that you've got to think about is, what am I going to do to get this resolved? So being calm and controlling with the situation leaves you still in control, and that's when they're going to start thinking, right, he's not leaving, I best start thinking about getting a payment together.
Mr. Herbert still maintains that all the goods in the house belong to his son.
He's taken a computer, it doesn't belong to him.
Well, we need to see some evidence then, sir. I've already explained this to you.
It's Scott's computer.
Yeah, well, we need to see some evidence of that, sir.
But as the agents start to remove assets, Mr. Herbert's attitude suddenly changes.
And how much is it now? How much you want?
Total amount outstanding, sir, is £3,957.
I don't even know £2,000.
Yeah, but sadly, sir, it's gone to the High Court.
Been transferred to the High
So you
Court.
are liable for High Court charges.
£1,000?
It's a little bit more than that, sir.
Hey?
3,900, almost 4,000.
£4,000?
£3,950.
County court costs and High Court fees have almost doubled the debt.
I can't make that much payment.
No, we need the full amount, sir.
So if I give you a cheque there, you'll go?
No.
It'll have to be cleared funds, sir.
Debit
card, fax transfer.
The agents have been at the house for almost 2 hours. Mr. Herbert has finally agreed to raise the cash.
See if this card works.
Can you take a payment for me, mate, please?
Right, so that's gone through. I've written down your authorization code. We'll show on your bank statement. Right, we'll be on our way. I'll let you get on with the rest of your day.
Mr. Herbert is unhappy about paying the debt and the additional costs.
I am the victim here. Somebody sold me an engine for £2,000. He's got his £2,000 for a scrap engine. I've gone to court, lost it. I'm absolutely gutted. And now I've paid £4,000. If that isn't daylight robbery, is that justice for you?
Stuart and Vic got the result they came for.
The defendant paid on credit card, thought he got clever, phoned the bank and cancelled it. 10 out of 10 for the claimant. He went down the right route, went through the legal system, and we went there today and we got what we were asked to do.
So he can kick and scream all he wants about this, but at the end of the day, justice has been served.
Non-payment of rent remains the biggest problem facing landlords across the country, with the number of tenants in severe rent arrears continuing to rise. 37% of landlords have experienced rent arrears in the last year, forcing many to apply to have their tenants evicted. Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are on their way to carry out an eviction. The landlord's agent claims the tenant, David Unali, hasn't paid rent for 7 months.
Let's go.
He's at the property to meet Paul and Steve.
Hello, sir. I'm Paul. We've now got the paperwork from the court, so we'll go into action. Okay. Just give us a few minutes, so if he is in, that few minutes of you not being there is quite helpful.
No problems at all.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Okay.
Paul and Steve aren't here to collect the arrears. They're here to evict Mr. Anali today. But this eviction isn't going to be straightforward.
Mr. Anali!
The door has been locked from the inside. It seems Mr. Anali has locked himself in the flat.
Mr. Anali, we're High Court enforcement. Will you open the door, please? Well, we need to get the locks and up here.
Have a quick word with
the agent.
He decides if we just bring a couple of bars up.
Yeah, OK.
While Steve goes to talk to the landlord's agent about forcing entry, Paul gives the tenant an ultimatum.
You open the door, please, or we're going to break in. We're not going to go away, so will you please open the door?
Tenants always want to buy more time because this is Judgment Day. They bury their head in the sand. This is never going to happen. And from the knock on the door, they know that this is going to happen.
We've been asked if we could just hold on, breaking the door down. So, the gentleman's going to try and talk to him.
The landlord's agent tries to get Mr. Unali to open the door.
David? Hello, David?
There's still no answer. So the landlord's agent gives Steve the go-ahead to break in.
Just take it off. We'll get him to come repair it.
He owes you £6,000, doesn't he?
He owes us in total $7,800.
How many months rent?
He hasn't paid anything since last July,
Why
June.
have you been so patient?
Well, he said that he's had some issues with illness and this, that and the others. Then he said that he's got money coming from his parents. Then we said, okay, fine, you know, we'll wait on for that. And then he just refuses to pay.
Paul and Steve have no option but to force entry.
You open the door now? No?
But even if they get into the flat, will they be able to get the tenant out? Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner were in Tooting, South London, carrying out an eviction.
Mr. Unali!
The tenant, David Unali, locked himself into his flat.
There's definitely a key in there.
The agents tried to persuade him to open the door.
We're not going to go away, so will you please open the door?
With no response, Steve started to break in.
You gonna open the door now? No? Hello, good morning. We're High Court Enforcement and we come to repossess your property today. It would have been nice if you'd have opened the door for us. Okay, so you understand why we're here.
Can I have a couple of these? No. Can I explain it? I'm telling you what's now going to happen. You've got half an hour to get personal effects in a bag, only half an hour, and you'll be evicted. After that, you'll have to make an arrangement with the landlord, who I think has been eminently fair with you, and we can see what he's up against because we've had to break into it today. It is now 20 to 1, 10 past 1, you're out. So just do it. Get on and do it.
Make an arrangement with the landlord to come back at another day in the next few days to clear the rest of your stuff out.
Start packing.
Paul and Steve want to get Mr. Unali out of the flat as quickly as possible.
Make sure you have passports, identification, any medication that you're going to need for a couple of days, and then you can make the arrangement to come back and collect the rest of your stuff.
The flat is crammed with Mr. Unali's belongings. He has a right to return for a few hours later in the week to collect them, but he says he needs more time.
I just need 2 days, you know? I can't do it. You're not allowed back in the building. If I find out from any of the tenants that you'll come back into the building or into the courtyard.
I just ask if you say no. Will you listen to me, please? You need to get some friends here to help you pack your things up, because this man is only going to allow 4 hours for you to move your stuff.
Mr. Unali wants a couple of days to clear his stuff, but having not received any rent for 7 months, the landlord has run out of patience.
I haven't received 1 single penny of rent from this place since June. That's unfair. You have to understand that.
I understand that.
I'm trying to help you as much as possible. I try to be as nice as possible, okay? So you've got until Saturday, until 12 o'clock, and that's it. 12 to 4, that's it. You don't have anything after that. I'm sorry.
That's not right.
I always remember the fact that there are two sides to the coin, and I don't really understand the mindset of tenants who think that it's okay not to pay the rent and for them not to consider the landlord's dire straits.
Mr. Unali finally starts to pack.
It affected us quite a lot. I mean, it's nearly £8,000 that he owes us. And now with court fees and everything else, you're looking at around about, £9,000-10,000 that in total that it's cost us just to get him out. But, it's irrelevant to him. He doesn't care. It's our own fault that we, trusted him. But, you live and learn.
Mr. Unali's time in the flat is up. but he's still worried about how he's going to move all his belongings.
I'm not sure I can do it Saturday, you know.
You have to speak to the landlord.
They said on Saturday nothing.
Just make it work then.
Huh?
Just make it work.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'm having problem everywhere. It seems everything is going to fucking rubbish. Everything is going to hell.
Mr. Unali is now homeless.
If you look at the costs of the eviction, the landlord's probably nearer £9,000 down the pan. And this guy has mistaken kindness for weakness and has taken advantage. These proceedings have gone on since last July. So I haven't got much sympathy with him, because it's never going to be the right day and it's always going to be somebody else's fault. You can't change the mindset of people like that.
Next time, Brian meets a distressed debtor.
Oh, you can't take it. Please let me get home.
Who puts him in a dilemma.
The problem I've got now is I need a large payment today.
Paul makes a surprise discovery.
There's a whole load of tellies here, this big.
Rent arrears are becoming the fastest growing debt problem in the UK, with the number of tenants forcibly evicted from their homes reaching a record high.
Or very different repossessions. It's 8:30 a.m. and today they're in Guildford, Surrey, with a High Court writ to evict a tenant who hasn't paid his rent for 18 months. The landlord wants the tenant out and has warned the agents that he could be violent. The police are on hand, just in case.
Whoever's in the flat obviously doesn't want to move out. There has been some suggestion he might disapprove of our coming today, so we're going to wait and see.
But this is an eviction with a twist. The landlord is the tenant's mother.
Well, the windows are screwed shut.
Take it just.
It's always wise, knock on the door and step to the side. If there's somebody in there with a shotgun, it'll come straight through the door.
When it's family involved, it's never easy. You would never want to think that you're going to have to take enforcement action against a close family member. It's probably not a very easy decision you have to make, and to be honest, it's not a situation that I'd like to be put in.
If he's not here, we'll repossess the place and then we'll see if we can find a contact telephone number for him.
Their writ allows the agents to enter the premises by force, if necessary.
Hello? Hello?
There's an alarm.
That's all right, he'll hear it, won't he? Hello? No, nobody. I would say he's gone to work.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I
Is that
fuck
an alarm
off.
clock or an actual alarm?
It's an alarm clock.
The court papers are on the table. There might be an open phone bill somewhere. Hi, yeah. My name's Steve Pinner. I'm High Court Enforcement. Just to let you know that we have a writ to repossess the property today.
Today? I'm put it on the 25th.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's to do with the county court. The matter has been raised to the High Court, so we're now standing in your front room.
You're kidding me.
Why would I do that?
I've got to get my stuff out, mate.
OK, well, pop home and we'll have a chat.
I'm in London. It'll take me an hour to get home.
We'll hang on for you. But don't be too long.
All right, I'll be as quick as I can.
Good lad.
The tenant sounds cooperative. The police decide to withdraw.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
All the best.
His mother had bought the flat specifically for him because he'd had a difficult upbringing and only wanted £100 a week rent from him. Eventually, he stopped paying the rent, but his mother was still paying the mortgage.
The tenant's mother is too upset to risk meeting her son. Her parents have arrived instead to collect new keys to the property.
There's obviously a background to this.
It's all come to the head. He hasn't paid rent for 18 months now. You know, she just cannot afford paying out on her own. She's a widow. She's paid insurance for him and all sorts. We just pay out all the time. And he's just taken advantage of her, really.
Unbelievable.
She's had a hard life. She brought the 3 children up. But he's been troubled since he was a teenager.
She's crying down the phone, literally because of it. And she just didn't want to do it. But she had to.
He's very upset as well. We all are. But it just got to end.
Steve and Paul are worried that the tenant may react badly to seeing so many people. So they decide to leave Steve on his own.
He's going to go up and stuff. I'll look after the house.
I'll see you in a minute.
Bye.
A potentially difficult tenant is now on his way. Steve waits, alone.
This looks like it could be him.
Steve lets Paul and Ben know that the tenant has arrived.
Morning.
Good morning.
Right.
Okay.
Could you be a bit
I'll tell you what.
discreet with me?
Okay. Just let's get our bit sorted first. You've seen the county court warrant. It's on your table.
Yeah.
It went through the county.
Yeah, but why High Court's getting involved?
Well,
this is my mum. This is my mum's property. Yeah, my mum's done this to me. My own mother.
Well, unfortunately, we don't know any of the background. We get your name, her name, and our piece of paper. So I understand your position that you're not.
She shouldn't even have my dad's name. Well, she hates me. She hates me because I remind her of him.
It's unfortunate. It's a family dispute. You know, you can fall out with your friends, so you know you can fall out with your family just as easy.
I was a recovering drug addict, yeah? My mum and me didn't get on because of that. Then she started filing for eviction. I said, fair enough, go ahead, because it will help me get in a place in the council, yeah? And then I said, I don't want that now. I want to start paying rent again. And she said, I don't want your money, I just want you out of the flat. She's chucking me out on the streets, you know what I mean? I'm not going on the streets, I've got somewhere to go, but it's as good as. She said, go and sleep in your van. It's nice, isn't it? It's nice, isn't it? My own mum saying, you can go and sleep in your van, wouldn't you?
The tenant's mother told the team her son never offered to pay the rent owing, and that evicting him was her only choice. She denies she ever told him to live in a van.
Obviously, we don't know what we're liable to turn up to when we knock on someone's door.
No, of course.
Yeah. When the tenant turns up, we're normally in their property. First 5 minutes they come up, usually shouting and roaring, what are you doing in my house? You can't do this, do that. We try and explain to them in a quiet voice to enable us to get some dialogue between us. 9 times out of 10, after 5 minutes, we're talking quite civilly.
I haven't touched drugs for over a year. Over a year. I've got a good girlfriend, good life. You know what I mean?
But his rent arrears are only part of a much greater problem.
I'm in a lot of debt, to be honest, because of my teenage years. Because they throw money at you. Do you know what I mean? You turn 18, any 18-year-old kid, they go, there's a credit card, loans, do what you like. And I was just too immature to sort of handle it. Well, what do you expect? I didn't have a dad around, do you know what I mean? Did what I liked. Did what I... Do you know what I mean? Just had a laugh. My mum didn't like it. Before you know it, you're in 20 grand's worth of debt, like me.
He says that he's trying to pay back some of the money through an IVA, an individual voluntary arrangement.
When you've finished your packing, I have been involved in insolvency and IVAs for years. I can probably give you the short version of a way forward. Yeah.
It's 2 hours since the agents first arrived.
Screen side down? Up, I mean. Not down.
And the tenant's van is now full.
Okay. Just gently, because the gentleman's getting as much as he can together. He's only got a very small van. Unfortunately, there's an arrangement's got to be made for someone to come back and collect the rest of his stuff.
Despite the initial warnings of potential trouble, the eviction has gone smoothly.
This is Paul's card, okay? Yep. So I'll put that with your other paperwork. Yeah, that's his mobile number on there. You know, if push comes to shove and you need to talk to us.
Yeah.
When the claimant and the defendant are both family members, it makes our job a little bit more complicated. You'd like to think that families could resolve their situations out of court, but that doesn't happen.
Right, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm off.
Before you commit to any insolvency situations, get all this out of the way, get your head clear, and ring me. I'll always call you back, so you don't have to worry about paying for the call. I'll talk you through it. I've got 30 years' experience in dealing with that. All right. And if you want to get rid of your dog, ring me, because I'll have him. I'll have him. Take care.
Increasing housing costs are pushing more and more families into debt. Nearly 8,500 families with children were made homeless in England during the first quarter of 2014.
It's early afternoon, and Paul and Steve are on their way to Thornton Heath, South London, to carry out a complicated eviction.
This is another one of those with the rooms, isn't it?
Bountiful.
Yeah.
3 up and 2 down.
A number of separate families live in the property, but the landlord wants to refurbish. He's been through the county court and given them notice to end their tenancies.
Oh!
Were you expecting us?
Some residents have already moved out, but 2 sets of tenants remain. Now the landlord has been to the High Court to have them evicted. Today.
The High Court enforcement agents, we have an eviction order for 3 rooms here, but yours is one of them.
Yeah.
So our procedure is that we allow you an hour to get your things together so that you have to move out. If you need to come back to get the rest of your stuff, you'll have to make an arrangement with the landlord. You have to leave today.
We spoke with the solicitor, which they said We need to give in 2 months.
Well, this is dated the 29th of September, and this is a High Court writ of possession. So whoever told you that either didn't know the truth or they were lying to you. Is anybody else likely to be in here?
This one?
I got his number.
I think we need to ring him, yeah.
Paul and Steve are anxious to find out if anyone else will be affected by the eviction today.
Do you have a partner there as well?
Yeah, it's my wife.
All right.
We have a letter for you as well.
Yeah.
Have you got children?
I got 2.
9 times out of 10, if it's a multi-occupancy house, there's always children involved. There was 2 little ones, and the lady was pregnant, expecting another. And it's so difficult because you still got to do your job.
You'd probably qualify for emergency housing from the council.
No, because we've got a problem with the immigration.
Is there a query over your immigration status?
Yeah, because I didn't do the English test, so I'm not allowed to work at the moment.
With 2 young children, Paul is concerned that this family may be at risk of being out on the streets with nowhere to go. They need to go to the council for help.
You need to get your stuff together within an hour. Have you got a car?
No.
How far away is the council office?
We need to get our stuff within an hour.
Only the emergency stuff to tide you over for a few days.
But we have a son.
We have a son coming from school, and then his handicap is
Where are we going to
going to special school.
They have to bring him back here.
Yes.
I don't know where we're going to go.
Well, can one of you go down the council and the other one wait here for him to come back? What time do your children get back? 3 o'clock? 4?
They bring him 4:30.
It's now 2 o'clock. Paul knows that if they both wait in for their son, they won't make it to the council's housing office before it closes.
We need to start packing. One of you needs to go down to the council office. That's probably you, wouldn't it? You haven't got a social worker or anything?
No.
The landlord's agent turns up to check on the eviction.
I came here 2 months ago. I told you the situation. How long have you known you've been evicted? Almost 4 months now, you know. You have 2 options, yeah? Either you go move out voluntarily, or they have to kick you out.
No, I spoke with them because I got handicapped boy as well.
I understand and I sympathize with your situation, but you've known for long enough. I just want to make one thing crystal clear for you guys, yeah? So it's all clear. This guy has known from the last 4 months.
No, it's okay. I understand. It's of no consequence.
He's not eligible for any government support or anything.
They would have to rehousing because...
Stop them what?
Pardon?
Stop them what?
Okay.
What are you saying about
They're not eligible for any support.
Okay.
So
They
what
will
is that?
have to house the children.
Fine. Okay. See ya.
What country are you from, mate?
Nigeria.
Nigeria?
Yeah.
What brought you over here then?
Sorry?
What were the circumstances that brought you over here?
To study.
To study. He's just taken as read that the council will do nothing for him. He's known about this for months, but he's still here. So the landlord's come to the end of the road. He wants to do a refurb on the house. Sad, really, isn't it?
Paul tries contacting a charity for homeless people to see if they can help the family.
The council, housing association and private sector tenants who are facing or threatened with eviction.
The second remaining tenant arrives to clear out his room.
The situation is,
2 months' notice.
the officer there is a High Court agent.
However, if you have a fixed
And we have a repossession order
not yet
for your room.
However, your landlord cannot evict you personally. Only the court bailiff can do this.
Very cramped for a family. But they've got 2 little ones in room 3. 2 little ones. So yeah, it's not an ideal situation.
Press star to return to the information menu. Press star.
It's now 3:30. Paul's had no luck trying to find the family help from a homeless charity.
Sat listening to it for 10 minutes, and he just went back to the menu. Well, he's okay. Look, he's got a BMW.
Yes, he's fine.
The tenant with the BMW has somewhere else to go.
Payday is today. I even called a new landlord today so I can move my stuff tonight. So,
Where are you from originally?
Congo. But I was born in France.
All right.
I'm French.
So you're actually entitled to be here and all the things that go with it.
I work. I'm a manager
That's
for
right.
a company.
All right.
The family are not so fortunate. They have no home and nowhere to stay tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of sad for them because it seems like right now they don't have nowhere to go because it seems like I can see the bailiff just changed all the locker, but they're still stuck in there. Yeah, hopefully they'll find some solutions for them. Finger crossed.
The family now have just 1 hour left to go to the council's housing office before it closes. If they don't, they will be homeless tonight.
You need to be at the council. That's the important thing now. Unless you've got somewhere to stay tonight.
I got what you're saying. You said you gave me the number of those.
I've tried. It's a waste of time. It's just a telephone answering service.
Because you said you give us 3 hours. I'm just pleading, you know, because of my son is coming as well.
Yeah, okay. But we've got to be out by 5 o'clock. I've said, have you been in touch with the council? He said his wife's rung the council, but they don't want to know. But we know from previous experience, if they turn up on the doorstep with the paperwork, they'll have to do something for the kids. He doesn't know where he's going to stay tonight, but they've had 2.5 hours now to actually get their head around the problem, and they haven't, so there's only so much we can do. We've done everything we can. I was a bit disappointed with the response from the charity, but they must be overwhelmed as well.
It's now gone 4 o'clock. The family's son has returned from school. They are running out of time to get to the council before the housing office closes.
Can we still come back to pack our things later?
Not today, you can't, because I've got to go
today.
somewhere else. If you ring me
Because we still have some.
No, I do understand.
Stuff, the toys,
Yeah,
everything
I
is still
understand.
upstairs. We've got the cab actually.
Okay. All right. There's a taxi on its way for them. So they've obviously got somewhere to go.
Yeah, let's go.
Where are you going to go tonight?
No, we just go to stay somewhere. I don't know yet.
You don't know where?
Yeah.
With a friend or family?
Maybe family couldn't get through the phone.
To your family?
Yeah, we couldn't get through there.
So where'd you go now?
We just go because they asked us to leave this place, so we can't stay there. Yeah.
So where is he going?
He's taking us to the hospital.
Hospital?
Yeah.
For your son, or why the
No,
hospital?
just because at least we can stay there in the reception area till sometime.
You're going to wait in the waiting area at hospital until you get through to your friends?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, the hospital are not going to throw them out, are they? No way of living there, is it? I would have taken them down to the council offices, but they've chosen not to. So we just fall into the category, if people can't help themselves, have we got the right to intervene? You know, we need a social worker on the team, really, don't we? To make our systems work. But we can't do that.
Finding somewhere affordable to live is getting harder and harder, according to new figures. Rents are rising faster than incomes, with an 8.2% hike across the UK in the last year.
Paul and Steve are on their way to evict a tenant in Coulsdon, Surrey. His lease has expired and the landlord has gone to the High Court to get him out. The problem is, this isn't the first time Paul and Steve have been here. Last time, the tenant refused to budge.
My agreement's for a year. So if we want to go to court, which I'd love to go to court...
You can go from here down to your solicitor and deal with all that, but you're going to be doing it from the other side of the door.
And worse still, there was a clerical error on the paperwork, which prevented the agents from repossessing the flat.
OK, withdraw. Withdraw, Steve.
Today, Paul and Steve are back, but they suspect that visit number 2 will be even more difficult, because they've been told the tenant has a history of mental illness and may be vulnerable.
If we turn up to an eviction and the tenant is showing immediate signs of distress, we will try to talk to them to assess the extent of their vulnerability. The man did show signs of stress, and we did make a judgment that he was genuinely a vulnerable person, that if he was pushed, he could become very violent. We tried to organise the police to be there, but they were delayed. We're now on our way regardless, so if war breaks out, they said they'll come.
The tenant has reached the end of his 6 months tenancy,
This one here.
but claims he has a 12-month agreement.
It's not the landlord, is it? There's a black guy in the doorway here.
Paul and Steve's writ entitles them to evict the tenant today, change the locks and hand the property back to its owner.
Phones?
Answer.
The agents have also asked family and friends for assistance.
All right, something you were looking for.
One family friend, a church minister, is already there.
I'm not being disrespectful. Yeah, but at the same time,
He's trying to negotiate a peaceful exit, but the tenant is refusing him entry.
I'm a minister of religion. I'm trying to help this man. There's no point in talking when I'm talking to somebody, all right? And I need it for this guy. We've tried, but nobody will listen to us. And you know, I'm just here thinking, is this government going to wake up when he does something crazy?
Unfortunately, it is going to happen today. And we need to do it as peacefully and as calmly and as... it's going to be difficult, I know. OK, give us a few minutes.
Steve calls for police backup.
Yes, I wonder if you can. I placed a call this morning. Well, we've arrived at the property. The gentleman we're coming to see is very agitated. He has a religious minister with him who is a family friend, and he tells us that he is very dangerous today. He's possibly psychotic, this guy, and I don't want to be at the wrong end of it. First schools of thought when you go to a job and you feel through experience that there is a possibility that the tenant could be vulnerable, medication or whatever. So first thing is safety for yourselves and for them. You just don't know what can happen.
While they wait for the police, the church minister has been trying to reason with the tenant.
All I'm getting is abuse.
Yeah.
He's just slammed the door and he's carrying on. I've just called his mom. He's not in his right, man, and he needs help.
Is he on medication?
He's supposed to be under the psychiatrist, but I don't know if he's turning up for his appointment. I don't think he is personally.
The tenant's mother now arrives.
My name's Steve.
Hi, Steve.
I called the police earlier because of your son's way he was last week. There is a very good possibility that they will take him out in handcuffs.
Otherwise, what would...
If he walks out, then that's great. I don't want to see him being dragged, kicking and scraping. No, we have to get him out today.
Can I speak to you?
Yes, you can. Sorry.
The agents are hoping that the tenant's mother will be able to get through to her son.
I've got to listen for once. Listen to what you're saying.
There's very real concern. He's just going to go off big time.
How many times have I listened to you? I'm going to walk away from you now. That's what you've done. That's what you have done.
We can't afford to underestimate the potential to this situation. He could assault his mother, he could hold her hostage. You know, it just could go horribly wrong.
I can't function like that. But you're not listening. The point is that they're coming in now to take you out. We're trying to sort it out.
The minister and the tenant's mother's attempt to try and get him to leave hasn't worked. He maintains that he has a valid 12-month contract. He pursues them downstairs to continue the debate.
What is the basis for the eviction? So you're owner, you're a bad boy tenant ownership. Ask them that question. You didn't want to ask them a simple question. The court has given them instructions.
No, shut up. You don't know. What was the reason for the eviction?
We have a warrant from the High Court which gives us permission to repossess his property.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all we need to know.
So I've paid a rolling contract based on what choices you've asked me for on that property.
Well,
why
did it go to court?
You asking the wrong person.
20 minutes later, the police finally arrive.
No, stop talking. Stop the talking. End of tenancy, yeah? So my agreement says 12 months. So how can it be the end of tenancy? Stop talking.
Okay.
The end of tenancy. No, because I'm getting... Are you asking the tenant or should I shut my mouth? Is everyone going to talk for me or do you want to listen? Do you want to listen?
Well, maybe we have to listen to you at another location.
Okay, shut up.
When the police arrived, we explained the situation to him. They went up to see him, and unfortunately, everybody was getting to the end of their tether. Not nastily, but they was all becoming drained by the to and fro of the conversations.
Steve and the police make one last attempt to get the tenant to leave peacefully.
And the judge has decided that they have a legal right to have you out of the property and reclaim it.
Yeah, I get that. So there will be a court hearing.
There has been a court hearing.
Okay, so, and who attended?
The magistrate.
That he needs some support.
I'm going to give you my phone number.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to hear.
Right, listen. If you stress me on the phone, I'm going... No, listen.
I don't stress you. You know I like you.
If you stress me on it, I'm going to block your number, and that'll be the end of it. Do you understand me?
Uncle Steve.
Do you understand me?
Yes. Remember they stole my phone.
I don't care. Do you understand me? Call me. Okay? But you have to be out of here.
Take care, sir.
I will talk to you. I know that all too well. This case for me was immensely draining. I said to the lads, I says, I don't know, whatever happens next, I need to go and have a cup of tea because I'm just absolutely shattered. I'm not medically trained. I can talk to people. But obviously my knowledge of what condition he had is next to nothing. So I can only talk him as a one-on-one adult and try and get the bits across to him. And it was really, really draining. Stinks.
The flat has been sold and the new owner wants to refurbish. The tenant who they're evicting today has been fighting to stay and hasn't paid any rent for over a year.
At the back, as far as HSE are concerned, those doors should be closed.
It's a prime example of how the other half lives, this is. The problem that I see here is it's not, it doesn't comply with the regulations which apply to houses in multiple occupation. So they're having to do all this extra work now to make sure that they do. And then they can officially let it off as sort of 10 rooms and get £60 a room a week, at least.
An upstairs neighbour comes down to give his thoughts on why the tenant is fighting eviction.
He's got all sorts of claims and things, he thinks, because he's been here a year dragging things out and doing all sorts of stuff.
We're the ultimate force.
Yeah.
Well, you know that.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk to the residents?
Not particularly. Steve.
I just thought it was fair to let him know.
The neighbour has managed to get hold of the tenant who is being evicted.
Hello. My name is Paul Bohill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent, and I have a writ of possession for these premises. That's all right. This warrant has now been... The eviction is complete, so there's no going back. But if you're on your way here, that's okay. See you when you get here. Thank you. Okay, bye. Bye.
Paul has agreed to wait 1 hour for the tenant to come and collect his belongings.
He said he's just been to the High Court and he's got this, that and the other.
After a year of fighting to stay in his room, Steve and Paul think the tenant may react badly when he arrives.
Okay, my colleague here is a High Court enforcement agent.
Yes.
This is a High Court writ.
Yes.
We have repossessed your property now.
Yes, I understand that. I actually filing an application, against this eviction, which was filed on the 25th. If you spare me for a second, I'll come back to court and find out exactly what's going on with my application.
Is that with the county court?
Yes, that was on the county court.
This is the High Court.
Hello.
Yes. Could I possibly just make a phone call for a second? I was going to move my things out anyway because I cannot live in this mess, honestly.
Okay.
But I need at least some time just so I can gather someone to come and help me to
Okay, let me just... The property has now been repossessed, okay? The locks have been changed.
All right, sir.
If you need some stuff to get you over for a couple of days, that's not a problem. And then what we can do is make an arrangement. You can come back and collect the rest of your stuff. It's not a problem.
Yes, but I just need to take some of the things that I need right now.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
Will you please come?
Yes, of course.
The tenant seems to have accepted that the room he's been fighting to stay in is now no longer his.
Yes, so I need to unplug all this.
Yeah,
that's... Within an hour, all of this will be out, yeah? Basically,
yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for someone that's gonna get here. Yeah.
Unplug and pack.
Yes.
We're happy with that.
At the moment, as you can see, all my things are just being thrown out on the streets. The only thing I can count with is friends, and then probably just move into a friend's house at some point, or until I just settle somewhere else, find somewhere else, the right property or the right place. You just can't find somewhere else to live, it's not that easy.
It was just a room, possibly 12 foot by 8 foot, and that was his whole world. Whether it's a room, a flat, or a house, at the end of the day, if he had a tenancy agreement, it's still a tenancy agreement. So, should he fall foul, then yeah, the courts decide that he can't be there, and that's it.
You understand?
No, I haven't got a great deal of sympathy for landlords either. But would you like to live like this? A little rabbit hutch like that hasn't got a window to the daylight, so it's got no ventilation, no nothing.
You're getting there.
Yes.
Well done. OK, what you need to do is you need to empty your stuff out of this room. You can put it there and wait with it. When your van comes, plonk it straight into your van.
Yes. I actually bought every single piece of furniture that's in this place, including washing machine, all the things of other rooms and stuff like that. But I just been forced to leave, so that's what I have to do.
So is your car on its way?
It should be on its way soon. It's just this was very sort of like very suddenly.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
You're all done there, are you now?
Yes.
OK, so if I turn the lights out and shut the door, that's the end of it. People come to London, supposedly golden streets. They think that this is where they're going to make it. And maybe they can't afford to live there. We do see it all the time.
See you. Good luck. Thanks very much.
Xin chào mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh Tô Tranh của mình. Hôm nay chị Tô Bức Tranh và Thu Gấu đang nằm ngủ ở trên chiếc gối hình sao mọi người cùng theo dõi quá trình mình thâm óng. Chị tô chữ màu tím.
Con gà đấy thì cho tôi là màu vàng.
tô họa tiết hình ô xài màu vàng. Chiếc gối màu xanh dương. Mình sẽ tô chủ gấu màu cam.
Cây thì sẽ tô màu xanh. Rồi mình ra làm bài sống xanh còn để đây sẽ xây tô xanh cho mình. Xin chào tất cả mọi người, tôi có hồi hôm nay cùng mình đi chơi vì tôi như cậu bé cũng không được vào cùng phải tới xây ngày hôm nay. Tóc mình sẽ tô một cái.
Vậy là mình đã hoàn thành xong bức tranh. Cảm ơn mọi người theo dõi hết video. Hẹn gặp mọi người ở video tiếp theo.